Hey, good evening and welcome to episode 1 of the Pitch Black Unboxing Show. My name's Colin Tomlin.
And I'm Judy Tomlin. Good evening, everybody.
And welcome to this very, very first episode. Listen, first of all, if you haven't yet got the magazine, Pitch Black magazine, pause this video, click the link in the description below and get it now. It's a great read. We've got 2 issues out so far. And the most recent issue, in fact, the current issue is always free. And all we want to do is to celebrate, to cheer on, and to challenge the UK's Black community to own our narrative, change the story, and just be the very, very best that we can be. So, hey, welcome. And we are so pleased that you've joined us. And tonight's show is going to be a great one. We have got the lovely Dr. Yvonne Thompson with us, and she's going to be sharing a little bit about her life. And we've also got a young lady called
Tahlia Gray.
And she's going to be sharing some...
She has got a wonderful product, ladies, not just for the ladies, but in particular, that we'll be unboxing later on. You do want to stay tuned for that.
So, hey, let's jump right in. Dr. Yvonne is our cover story for our second issue of Pitch Black magazine, and we're absolutely delighted to have you with us, Dr. Yvonne. Welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure and honour to be with you and to be supporting you in the launch of your show. I'm honoured. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have been. We're honoured because, of course, I actually met you and heard of you through Judy, because many moons ago she was doing the flowers, I believe, for FBO.
Well, that was many moons ago. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I have to say publicly now, thank you so much for that opportunity. You know,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
To come and do flowers.
We're all about inclusivity and, supporting our Black businesses. So, and look what you see with the reward is I'm here today. So thank you.
Absolutely. It's like full circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You supported me both in the flowers and also one of the forums you had. I had my stained glass on exhibition as well. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So both professionally and personally, you've certainly impacted us. But what we wanted to do is just give our viewers an understanding and an overview of who Dr. Yvonne is. And so if we go right back at the start, of course you were born in Guyana and you came here to the UK when you were much, much younger. So just tell us a little bit about the experience.
Not so much of the much,
Oh dear. Let me try not to get myself in trouble today, but do please tell us a little bit about the formative years in both Guyana and the UK.
Okay, so I arrived in the UK when I was 6. So I do have memories of Guyana, but not many. And I'm ashamed to say I've only been back once. So that is on my bucket list to make sure that I go back and visit. But yeah, I am very much the child of immigrant parents who were invited to the UK by the Queen to help rebuild the motherland, so to speak. So my parents packed up themselves and their 6 kids to come to the UK early in the 60s. Thinking we'd be welcomed with open arms and, expecting petals to be thrown on the floor as we walked off the plane and, all that sort of thing. But of course, as we all know, as immigrants, it was a very different story, very, very different story. And as I usually say, you know, one day I was running around the sugarcane fields in Guyana, and the next day I'm here in the UK, you know, cold, miserable weather, foggy, never seen fog before, wondering what the hell was going on, and getting angry with my parents for taking me out the sunshine to this place. But, you know, I always knew in my mind and very confident that they knew what they were doing. And, you know, it's turned out for the best. We literally arrived at the time when it was still legal for landlords to have notices that we all know now, you know, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. But despite this, they found somewhere for us to live, a 2-bedroomed, not even 2-bedroom, 2 rooms, probably in the worst house, in the worst street, in the worst part of London, Battersea, right under the power station, which was still live at the time. And, you know, as I say, the rest was history. My parents worked around the clock like immigrants do. I think immigrants are the real entrepreneurs because we turn up quite often not knowing the language, definitely not knowing the culture, not understanding the politics, but we make our way through. And my parents did that for us. And, you know, as I say, the rest is history until I turned up, went through school, you know, the usual racism. It wasn't university at the time, it was polytechnic for me. I was training as a state registered nurse and wanted to be a doctor, but the medical part of it didn't materialize, but I do have 2 doctorates, PhDs. But, you know, I mean, you've read my story. It might be better if you kind of ask me what it is you want to know, because otherwise I could talk for an hour.
What a great story from Dr. Yvonne Thompson. As she said, you know, she can talk. She has a lot to tell, and it was really great to listen to her. We've only shared with you the first 5 minutes, so if you want to watch the rest of the interview, click the link in the description and check out the full interview with Dr. Yvonne. So who have we got next?
Now, next we have Tahlia Gray. Wonderful product. I don't really want to say it will be self-explanatory when we go into the unboxing of it, and just reminding ourselves that Pitch Black, yes, it's about the whole Black community, but in particular, we're pitching our businesses. So this is what we really want to celebrate. So Tahlia is going to be the first Black business owner that we are featuring on the show. Very excited. Let's go and unbox the product.
We've got the lovely Tahlia Gray with us from Share Chemistry, and she provided some lovely tights for us. Well, when I say for us, it was really for you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So hey, so let's welcome Tahlia.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely a pleasure. So Tahlia, we just wanted to share some conversation with you, ask you a couple of questions. Thank you again for allowing Share Chemistry to be featured in the 2nd issue of Pitch Black magazine. It was more of a benefit for Judy, to be honest, but you know, hey, I liked it too. I just couldn't try it and indulge in it, and well, I could, but
so he says
lots of questions would be asked, so we won't go there. So welcome, Tahlia. So hey, Share Chemistry. What was the inspiration behind it? How did that come about?
So Share Chemistry really came about because it was a need that I had. I graduated university, and I was lucky enough to get my first job in New York. And I know, very, very exciting. And I was extremely excited about being in this new city, about having this new opportunity. But one of the things that excited me as well was having access to products that I couldn't necessarily find in London. And of course, I wanted to look the part, and I wanted tights that matched my skin tone to wear in the corporate setting and out and about after work.
Yeah.
And I thought, being New York, being one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, this would be really easy to find. I really didn't think it would be an issue. But then, I went into all these department stores and couldn't find it. And I always got this puzzled look from like the sales assistant thinking like tights for you. And so of course there were a lot of tights, a lot of nude shades, but never in brown. So I thought, this is kind of unacceptable. And it just became a reoccurring issue. And I thought, you know what, I can do this. And that's really where Sheer Chemistry was born.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I like the sound of that.
Wow. That's so interesting because I think about finding tights for myself and getting really frustrated actually because it was American Tan, and American Tan that was the one that we all wore, and it really wasn't the best. So now hearing that it wasn't the best over there either, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So I hear a lot about American Tan, and it's, for those who don't know, it's one shade, brown shade that was supposed to fit all black and brown women, but it was quite orange, and so I guess now now that there is a brand like Sheer Chemistry, there are 5 shades of brown which match a variety of skin tones.
I'm learning so much because prior to now, I had no idea what American Tan was. And only this morning I realized what sheer meant. So, hey, today's a day of learning for me.
Yeah. Well, I guess for those who don't know, the brand name Sheer Chemistry is 2 words. One, sheer, which means kind of the material that tights are made of, like a transparent sheer material. And then chemistry represents the matching process, so that we're a brand that matches your skin tone. Also, it represents like the chemistry that you have with, a sister, a mother, a friend. So we're a brand that understands you, supports you, here for you.
It's a great brand.
Fabulous. Can I ask, after that experience where you thought, well, I'm going to have to do something about this and I can do this, so what's the experience been like for you now as an entrepreneur and a brand owner?
Well, I think I went into it quite naively. As I said, I just graduated from university, so I think I was pretty bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I thought, because it's tights, it's a pretty basic product, I thought, so it's not going to be that hard. It was a bit difficult. And the development process did take about 3.5 years to perfect the shades and find manufacturers and everything.
Okay.
But the first thing that I did in that process was develop the shades. So I guess at the time there weren't tights for brown-skinned women, but there were makeup shades. So there were brands like MAC and Fashion Fair and Bobbi Brown. And
Bobbi
so
Brown,
I used that. Yeah. not the singer. Not the singer.
No. Bobby with an I, not a Y.
Yes.
Wonderful interview. I'm glad you realised the difference between Bobbi Brown and Bobbi Brown.
Bobbi Brown, the singer, and Bobbi Brown, the cosmetics company. I have learned a lot in this interview. If you watch the rest of the interview, you realise that I just found out what sheer is. I had no idea what the word sheer is.
Anyway.
And also, I just found out what...
Sonny and Cher.
Not Sonny and Cher. I also just found out what American Tan is. I thought it was just the brand, but...
don't worry, you really didn't miss anything. You really didn't miss anything. But we've had a lovely chat, wonderful interview with Tahlia. But let's now actually go and unbox the product.
Yeah.
So guys, I've got a package here from Sheer Chemistry, and they, as you can see on there, It says your tights, your shade. Big clue there. I like the packaging. Black. Okay, nice bubble wrap. Whoa. Secure. So nobody's running away with this. Oh my goodness me. I might have to go and get some scissors, guys. I will be back. So, let's have a look. Sorry, lady. Information. I am sheer chemistry. Share the movement. Oh, Waitrose and Partners doing this. What I know about this, oh wow, is that these are supposed to match my shade. No more American tan, unless your shade is American tan. Matte control, gloss. I've got confidence, I've got ambition, I've got radiance. I'm gonna go with, let's try this ambition. And this says Rio Romance. Let's have a look. Rio Romance. Oh, they've got a nice feel to them. A very nice feel to them. So, shade wise. Oh, I would have to say, it is a very good match. And then I'd imagine on my legs, you won't see all the hairs. That's very nice. It's strong as well. What was the mat? Look at the glosses in. Look at the gloss.
Hey, listen, we hope you have really enjoyed episode 1, and put your feedback for us in the comments below. We want to make sure that this show works for you. It, after all, is about you. So thank you so much for joining us for our very first episode. And make sure you come back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. for episode 2. Yeah.
Until then, really remember that it's called Pitch Black because we've got this focus on our community and in particular our business communities and what we're pitching out there. And although it's from us, it is for everyone.
Hey, on that note, thank you and good night. See you next week.
See you next week. Stay well. And remember, don't let other people walk through your mind with their dirty feet.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good note to end on. See you next week.
Stay well.